That meant nothing.
Hello, wherever and whenever you are. These people too eager to try and say strange things and throw me off. They were way too early. Hello, everybody. Welcome back through the mists into the sunny climes of Barovia. Oh, wait, no sun at all. Curse of Strahd, the favorite entry. Welcome, Lara.
I really
see
love the sun to come. I'd love the sun to come.
Is this Lara of Phoenix GIF fames? I was enjoying those in the Discord. Thank you very much. So welcome on in, everybody, and welcome, and hope you are ready for our Curse of Strahd at a rather important juncture, as certain things happened last time that are interesting to say the least. But let us not.
is very happy that Michael was not there, because Michael would have made it could stop the good things happening without knowing.
Yes, well, on Alicia's behalf, I say thank you.
Be quite as mad at us. I mean, that could have worked out as well.
So,
oh Lord,
dear friends, let us say some thank yous here. First and foremost, this adorable little monster above my head here, as we say a massive thank you to Cardboard Monster, who are sponsoring us at the moment, because if you find yourself in Australia and want to check out their RPG and tabletop stuff, you can use the code PhoenixIwaki and get yourself a nice little 15% off on that. And why are they sponsoring us at the moment? Because Saturday morning here, Friday evening in North America, I'm terrified because this is happening. Boom! We are being joined by the incredible Rob and Ben from Viva La Dirt League, AJ from Roll for Damage and the upcoming Winter's Tales, Josh the dreaded GM, Michael the dead Aussie gamer, and Josh from Tales of Pesh. And it is going to be fantastic. My good friends Mixmaster Swag and Skeptic Llama joined me on Monday for a hilarious, as always, a hilarious session of generating their random characters. They are a mess and fantastically awful in every possible way, and we are very much looking forward to seeing what scrapes they can get themselves into. I would give you a sneak peek, but I can't, because it is one-shot roulette. I have no idea what is going to happen. I don't know where we're going to be. There are 14 locations there could be that we randomly rolled. There is a random plot generator that will throw up bizarre plot points and twists and hooks that we will have to deal with in the spur of the moment, because that will all happen at the opening of the session, and then we will dive right in. So, do join us if you are able, and catch the VOD if you are not, because it's always a pleasure to have you here, wherever and whenever you are, and we'll be doing that all the day after tomorrow. It's gonna be so good. I'm excited.
Excited, Kermit.
And a massive thank you to those fine folks, in particular Ben and Rob, I believe, because thanks to them shouting us out, we've had a few follows in the last week. Let's put it this way. Over the space of over a year, like 13 months or so, we gradually made our way up to 500 followers. And we've passed 500 followers in Curse of Strahd last week. Thank you all so much. And now we're at 560 a week later. Nice. Which is insane. It is insane. Like, I keep waking up in the morning and it's like, at 5:30 this morning, 20 people followed you. It's just like, who was streaming? Yay. Who was streaming then? It was those plucky Kiwis and their time advantage getting the jump on all of us. Anyway, a massive
time travel is very powerful.
Apparently, yeah. And so a massive thank you to all of you who are here that have found us through those fine folks. I hope you enjoy yourselves and stick around for all the stuff that we have going on. It's all a good time. Now, let us also, hang on, I need to bring things up so I don't forget anything. Okay, that was our sponsor and why we are being sponsored. A massive thank you to everyone joining us here live today. It is a pleasure to have you here, and everyone in the VOD squad catching up when you can. It's always so nice to have you along with us on our adventures. And then, I think Michael has already done it from Emma's reaction. I can't see the screen at the moment. Oh, yes, look at that. We have some amazing character art. At the moment, only 2 of the pieces, unfortunately, as Xenicus and Vanta are being displayed here in their wondrous glory, thanks to the incredible Emma City Art aka
Thank
Vanta Blackspire, over there in the. Oh, I was going to say over there. No, directly below me, down there. That lady there, fantastic. So, and thank you so much for that, Emma. Our Curse of Strahd and Rime of the Frost Maiden art. Thanks to her. And now, moving on, I would also like to say a big thank you. Speaking of Antipodean All-Stars, which I didn't say that was the name of the one-shot, that's what it's called, because they're all from Australia and New Zealand. Speaking of Antipodean All-Stars, let us say a massive thank you to Sirenscape, the incredible folks down there, Vicky and friends. Happy birthday to Vicky's co-worker. I saw they were off at a board game cafe, because they're in England, who's got their vaccination stuff together, and they are enjoying real-world stuff, and they were out there for the birthday. Congratulations there, and yes, you can head on over to Sirenscape and give them a try for free. All of the cool music, all of the cool sound effects like the wolves and the ravens that you can hear in the background here, and other such toys that you can use to really up your games, be they virtual or in person. And I've seen some people with some truly amazing setups, like surround sound speakers in their game room and stuff. Oh, it's so good. But yes, do head on over there and check them out. It's really just a game changer, and just like so much. Especially, I think I'm loving it online because you get the, we got the headphones and it really helps with the immersion. And there are like 3D effects. Like
I hate it. I hate it.
For good
Scare me
reason.
so much.
For good reasons, right? And there's an amazing horse one that just like gallops through your head, like from left to like from one earphone to the other, headphone to the other. It's so good. And also
I
speaking.
think people are in my house. It's terrifying at times.
Yes, it is very good. It is very good. Abandoned lunatic asylum. I'm just saying. Now, best sunset
Also
on
known as
the
my
app.
house.
It's not bad.
Not yet.
Now, thank you.
That's ominous.
Let me also say a massive thank you, speaking of tunes and music and atmospheric stuff, to the incredible Dark Fantasy Studio, Travis Savoy and Epic Journey on YouTube, and over on Patreon, Will Savino, all producers of incredible music, fantastic music to have in your games. Links to all of their stuff in our VODs on YouTube, so do head on over there if you get the chance. Let me do a quick socials. Boom! Do head on over there and have a look at any of the VODs if you want to catch those. And our Twitter is there as well, if you want to jump in there and catch all of the news. At the moment, we're enjoying sneak peeking the characters that are coming up on Saturday. We've revealed 4 of them. There are 2 more to be revealed tomorrow. The 2 least adept, the most inept of the characters. Our 2
Oh no.
calamity bards.
You're wonderful.
A hedge and a
Calamity Bard!
a hedge
Can I
and a
please do a
kobold. Oh,
How were their
it's gonna be so good.
charismas?
I mean, they had.
was there any
There was so many minuses, so many -1s and -2s. It was the
disaster?
random
Oh,
generator
Disaster.
had it in for them. Poor old Dead Aussie Gamer and Tales of Pish. But
Oh, I can't
you know,
wait.
They'll make the best.
if you've had the pleasure of seeing them, as I know some of you have, if not all of you, you will know that they will make the most of it, and their RP will be spectacular, and the situations it throws at them will make it all the tastier. So do
Stunning.
jump on in if you get the chance. It's going to be spectacular. Now, that said, let us remind ourselves what is going on right now here in this misty valley of Barovia. Last time we were back here, we were jumping to the introduction from Questionkers UK. Bye! Boom! There it is. Fantastic, fantastic introduction. Thanks to the spectacular Questionkers UK. Let me give him a shout Boom. Did I type it right in my... Oh, I did. Look at that. Okay, do head on over there. Give them a follow. They are awesome, awesome stuff. You can see Xenicus, Esmeralda, and I as players in their campaign, the Chronicles of Redania. The Redanian Chronicles. I always forget which round it is. It's the second one, isn't it?
It's
both.
the Chronicles
Okay.
of Redania Chronicles.
Thank you. Okay, there we go. That's me.
The Redanicles.
Corrected. I stand
Exactly.
I sit corrected. So, Lawmaster. Oh, Samhain music. Next, that's a good name. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining us in. I hope you have a good evening. Now, everybody, or wherever you are in the world, let us remind ourselves what's going on here in this picturesque valley. You travelled from the tower on Lake Baratok with your wagons heading towards the village of Kresk because you'd heard told that there would be a safe haven potentially at the monastery there for Irina Kolyana, the daughter of the deceased burgomaster of the village of Barovia, who has been chased after by Strahd because she is apparently the current incarnation of his love, Tatiana. Also, Xenicus received a vision in the catacombs of Castle Ravenloft that up in the graveyard of the Abbey of St. Markovia, up above the village here, they might be able to find something useful if a amulet of St. Markovia was brought here to this location. They came up to the gatehouse and managed to gain entry past the suspicious guards and the rather nervous burgomaster here. They asked them if they would do them the favour of heading to the Wizard of Wines once more, another hint that all is not well at the vineyard, as they are all waiting for deliveries and there's been no word from those were-ravens that we have now discovered live there, the Keepers of the Feather. And then, as this conversation was happening, Irina was summoned across the village, through the trees, as it's a densely forested village, as they are self-sufficient with all of their firewood and cattle and everything within their own walls. And you passed through the trees of the village to the northern end, far away from the gates, where stood a sacred pool and a statue of Lathander, the Morning Lord, underneath a dilapidated gazebo. And as you were partaking of the waters of the sacred pool, regenerative effects were given unto some of the more needy members of the party, as they had been suffering from rather poor nights of sleep, as the night hags have been haunting their dreams. But that was dealt with as they tasted the sacred waters of the pool. And as they drank, a vision was seen. A handsome man, features not unlike that of Strahd, the Count. And he reached out, calling to Tatiana in Irina's body, and Tatiana called back, naming him Sergei, a figure that you had read about in Strahd's diary before he took it back from you. And as she reached out, they were joined together once more, the love spanning the decades, the centuries, reuniting them. And Tatiana, Irina, was taken beneath the water. They embraced each other and slowly disappeared into the waters. Tatiana's spirit being safe and hidden away from Strahd did not go unnoticed. And as a massive thunderhead of cloud came rolling across the valley from Castle Ravenloft, you saw it take the form out of the sandstorm in the Mummy of Strahd's face as he roared that Tatiana was his, and a massive bolt of lightning reaved out the air in two and split the air in two and crashed into the pool and blasted everyone out from the radius there, grievously wounding our poor adventurers, killing a poor nearby villager. But not the Burgomaster, thankfully, who coughed and pulled himself to his feet, cursing you for bringing Strahd's wrath, Strahd's anger down on their village, whereas until now they had been safe, hidden away, out of mind on the furthest reaches of the valley. And that is where we left things last time.
Cool.
Hey,
Are we
Dazzling
live?
Bunny. That is an adorable emote.
That
Now,
is very cute.
let us go round the screen. Let's go clockwise. We always go anti-clockwise. Let's go clockwise today. I want to hear from these lovely people. Who are you? Who are you playing? And where are they at right now, Xenacus?
Well, I'm Michael. I am playing Xenacus, the gloriously Aladrin blood hunter werewolf good boy, who is very confused about what the hell just happened right now.
Not least because Michael wasn't here last week, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Glad to have you
Makes
back,
it
sir.
like-
Glad to have you
I
back.
have checked the VOD. Still confused.
Next on round, Esmeralda.
Hello, my name is Marion, and I am playing the fabulous Vistani Blazing Battlemaster Esmeralda Devonier. And right now, I'm feeling extremely conflicted because on the one hand, we've stuck it to the man, and now Strahd is separated
Literally.
finally from Rena forever. Yes, amazing, great. At the same time, oh god, he's really mad.
There are
This
no
is going to
gods
go
here.
very badly for us. So
There's
I'm
one.
making peace with my mortality right now.
Or your immortality, potentially.
We shall see.
We'll see about that.
Lady Phantom Blackspire.
Hello, I'm Emma, and I'm playing Lady Vanta Blackspire. And she's feeling things she's never felt before, like vague distress. In terms of, oh, Arena's no longer with us in a way that isn't going to help save us anymore. Cool. So yeah, that's interesting. This was unexpected. We'll see how we go.
Indeed. Thank you very much. Now, those of you that are missing our lovely Arakokra and Drow members of the party, do not fear. They will be here very shortly and joining us forthwith, and as they get themselves online. So do bear with us. When they jump in, we will have to shuffle things around a little. But once that is sorted, we'll be right back into things. So do stick with that for just a moment, and we will get sorted as quickly as possible. Now, let me find something. I'm going to borrow from Icewind Dale, Rhyme of the Frost Maiden, for a moment here. As I
I'm
think
concerned.
something I used on Tuesday was perfect for what is going on right now.
Oh,
Boop.
that makes me feel very good.
So as the storm rages overhead and the wind comes swirling down, howling through, the trees inside the boundaries of Kresk are banging back and forth on their hinges, and that is really noisy. Hang on. Let me chill it out just a little bit.
I love it.
Very strong wind.
It was
Seems appropriate.
And you can hear a banging and clattering as some of the hatches on the windows are just like loosely banging backwards and forwards. The trees, the branches are scraping off each other as if they are angrily reaching for you with their branches to gouge at your eyes and your faces. And Strahd's wrath, for he is the land, is felt most sorely as you have stolen away his love. And the Burgomaster struggles to his feet. Look what you have done. Look what you have brought upon us all. All of Barovia is doomed. Doomed. And he just stumbles off and goes running back towards his house through the trees.
A little early to think that.
I see this
Well-
as an absolute win.
Well, that remains to be seen, at least
We
as far as we're concerned, but still. If he's angry, then I suppose we should be happy at least to some extent.
We've also, if you think about it, already doomed Barovia once over. So
Well, the second
this
time.
is just a renewal.
Third time's the
Second
charm.
time's the charm.
We
Third
got
time's
to do
the
one more.
charm. Okay. If we must do so, I will enact it as it is the Raven Queen's will, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Now,
Do they still expect us to go find the wine to let us in, or has that situation changed?
I think everything has changed now. Vanta looks up at the sky, like expecting to be smited any second. She's gonna just like move slightly, just to see, just test.
Yeah, we get out of range of the grasping tree branches trying to gouge our eyes out, please. How's the pool doing? Is it okay? Is the pool still nice and happy and
Are
secret?
well, actually,
Can
thank
we
you,
go for our
Esmeralda.
next
Very,
swim?
We're
very
about to
good
die.
point. Let me just bring this lovely James's RPG animated picture of Kresk up for our lovely people back home.
Ooh,
Oh,
okie dokie.
you see.
Lovely,
Matt.
nice, snowy.
Will you
Yes,
load?
indeed.
Very lovely and snowy.
Isn't it? Now, you, Esmeralda, as you look to the pool and wonder what's happening there, you see a motion, a stirring in the depths, and Irina's body
Uh-oh.
floats up from underneath and bobs to the surface and is lying in the water. What do you do?
Bring me that.
Is it just
Yes.
the body? Does it seem
I'm
like it's
like-
conscious? Like, did her soul leave?
Zenica's gonna wade in to try and get that body.
Okay.
To potentially do some
Yeah.
sort of burial rites to stop anything happening with it.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yes, Xenicus, you wade into the waters and bring out the body. And it's... The water... No, the water is actually pleasantly warm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the water is actually
Amazing.
pleasant. You're right, yes.
They won't.
Yes, it is a
Looking
sacred,
at the
pool.
picture, I was
I love 'em.
expecting it to be freezing.
sacred pool. Sacred pool. And you
Sacred
bring...
pool.
Well,
I got to do that with an actual secret tunnel the other day. It was great. No,
Yay!
you
Through the mountains?
bring the body out onto the bank of the pool, and there is a certain warmth to it. And
Warmth of life or
Esmeralda,
eternal joy?
as you're looking towards Xenicus and Irina, you see again in the water behind them, shimmering, like the surface has been disturbed, but as Xenicus's ripples die down, you see the faces of Sergei and Irina beneath the water once more, and Sergei's figure comes up to near the surface, and in your minds, there's nothing echoing out across the air in between you. In your minds, you hear his voice. I thank you all. You have done so much for us, bringing us back together. But I am not like my brother. It is. And he looks back over his shoulder towards Irina's reflection. Irina's choice, and he very pointedly doesn't say Tatiana, he says Irina. It is Irina's choice if she stays with me. She is safe here for now, but once my brother is gone, once my brother is dealt with, I will give her the choice, and she will make her own decision whether to return as Irina to her body or to stay with me forever. And you see, he looks slightly worried and slightly, like sad at the idea of having been united, that they'd have to be separated again. But here we go. Bear with us, folks. Zoop. Now the question is, how many cameras is it going to be? One or two? Place your bets, folks. Place your bets.
12.
I don't think it's either of those. Oh, no, yeah, it was
Two.
two. Yay. Okay.
Yay!
Okay.
Wee.
Hey everyone, I'll just let them get their cameras going, and then we will be playing musical chairs and get ourselves in the right spots. Oh, all the will be in the right spots
Yay,
already!
goodie.
Huzzah!
Wait, I'm
Hey,
DM.
bud.
Oh, there we are.
Your beard's looking awesome, sir. I like
Thank
with
you.
the with the tash, yeah. Nice. Welcome, welcome.
Ooh,
Okay.
Nice day.
Sorry. Sorry. Sit yourself down. Sit down in the back.
No, wow.
Um, Now on this screen, Vanta doesn't have inspiration. Oh dear.
That's fine.
oh no,
Ah,
that cannot
we were
be.
in the right place. Oh, okay, here we go.
But I'm so
We
inspiring.
can make this work. Inspired is the question though. Inspiring or not? Are you inspired? Okay, I think we're in the right spots. And sorry, I'll be jumping there in a second. Welcome in, Craig. Just to get you both caught up, Irina's body came up out of the water after being taken in by Sergei. Famio, thank you so much for the subscription. Absolute pleasure. It's wonderful to have you here. Thank you, thank you. And welcome on in to this spooky one to subscribe to, but it is a good one. A classic for a reason. So yes, Craig, Irina's body came back up, and Sergei said he's going to keep her spirit safe and away from Strahd until Strahd is dealt with. And then once that happens, he's going to give her the option to have the free choice, because he doesn't want to be like his brother, to either return to her body as Irina or stay with him as Tatiana and be together. But that will be later on when they are safe to decide what's going on there. Silver Red Fox Gaming, good to see you. Welcome. Thanks. Thank you for the follow earlier. And there we go. So that's where we were at. And also, Sergei's reflection turns towards Xenakis. And he's like, Warrior, you have heard tell of something that will aid you, have you not? In the Vistani's Tarokka reading.
Yeah. A weapon of sorts.
Yes, a weapon, but broken. Not as it once was. Once you have retrieved the weapon, bring it to me. I shall give it the power you need to take care of my brother.
Of course, yes. But what shall we do with Irina's body for now? We can't let him get a hold of it.
Yes, it must be kept safe. It must be hidden away.
The cathedral? Or is that too obvious?
I don't know.
And helpful boyfriend.
God damn you! Come back here! We didn't want to drag that stone back. Come here. I wasn't done talking to you, mister.
Well, does anyone have a convenient means of hiding a body for an indeterminate amount of time?
Put a cloth over it.
It's covered with some
Xanta
branches,
thinks
leaves. It's
intently.
probably fine.
You feel fairly assured that it was going to be okay from the way it was said. It's like this is some fairly supernatural shit going on here. Yeah.
Just throw it back in the water. It's fine.
maybe not that one.
Just let it, like, turn it back round, face down, just let it float again.
Dear players, just whatever you do, just keep it away from Esmeralda, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
May I call into the court's attention? Exhibit A. Just a few moments ago, when I said the body bobs to the surface, and she stood there going, "I wonder if it's alive."
Valid question.
Yes.
As it drowns.
Okay.
Well, if it's not, it's going to not be. Maybe I should do something about that.
Yes, luckily Xenakis is here this week, so we're okay.
I think
There we go.
Man of action. Bold and idiotic action, but action.
Okay.
I'm the wizard. I think things through here.
Yes, Fanta.
That's too much.
So,
I think that Vanta will probably suggest if there is anything that is certain, it is that our best option is the chapel. If it has the bones, at least for now it's safe. We just make sure that no one knows she's there. And I think Vanta will just kind of like wave her hand over Irina's face. And it's just a cantrip, but I think she would alter the appearance of Irina's eyes ever so slightly, her face, just a tiny bit, shrouding her face, like making it a little bit hard to see, like hard to look at almost, like blurry, to try and sort of like mask her appearance, to say, if we move quickly, we might have a bit of a chance of no one seeing her.
I'm going
Anybody
to...
see us with her body just now? Or have they all left?
Oh no, there's people. There's people there.
Well, I'm gonna hike her up like on my shoulders and then put the shawl around her, kind of thing, as if like I'm just like carrying someone who's drunk.
People see you do that though, and they see us go towards the chapel.
I mean, I don't think we can ask, hey guys, can you turn around?
And I
Look
think
at the way for a
these people are in on the secret now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's probably too
They
late
see
for
the
that.
ghost, I'm guessing? Did they look shocked and scared at the water?
That's actually a good
See-
question. Did they see the ghost?
Seeing ghosts cannot be a normal occurrence.
There
I mean,
is-
actually, it's probably it could be.
Hey, Aftermath. There is nobody nearby at the moment.
Okay, then on my shoulders, shawl around her, so that it just looks like I'm carrying a drunk person. Like,
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Well, we should probably go right now
Oh.
then, I suppose.
Yes.
We don't want to be stuck with the body.
head towards the gate, and hoping that the guy running away screaming "the end is nigh, the end is nigh" is enough for the situation to have changed, and for us to potentially get let in. Like, we'll probably still have to get the wine at one point, but probably not right now.
Yeah, this is fine.
Storms, faces in the sky, explosions, evil crawly trees. I mean, it's not exactly the
Vanta
normal
is
Tuesday
going to-
morning.
Not really, is it? Vanta's gonna just take. She has in her inventory clothes common. I assume there's some social outerwear, as written in the description. In that ensemble, she will just drape that over Arena. She looks so convincingly different now.
Yes.
Yes.
True espionage.
Seneca's is just trying to walk away with Vanta doing this. Like,
You're just like, wait.
so I'm gonna head.
I can
towards
add
the gate.
more.
Look at Nick Cage
Let
thing
me
just stroking
draw
the
a
face.
moustache on her face.
Like, I'm batting you away with her leg. Get.
She pulls out 5 Sharpies.
I'm gonna head towards the gate.
Dual wielding
Hope
sharpies.
that everyone comes with me. If not, I'm gonna have to jump.
Yes.
Worst comes to worst, we give her to Craig. Craig goes around, sneaks over the wall.
Easy.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, that's definitely an option. Craig looks at his his very low strength score.
I mean, I think you're about the same as me, so also not very strong.
I think so.
Vanta will assist.
I don't think you can assist flying her over the wall though.
Need it as well.
Ah. Vanta can fly.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
this is true. This is true.
You guys,
I can
if
assist
they don't let us in the
flying.
gate, you could potentially
Yeah, let's try the gate first.
go across the wall
Yeah.
until a bit that's not really being guarded.
If not,
Fly her over, take her to the chapel, and get out.
So where are you headed
yes.
to?
The gate.
Up towards the the monastery.
Are we inside?
Are we already
the
inside?
the walls now?
Yeah.
Okay, we're
The
inside
pool-
the walls.
the
Okay,
pool-
then
the
never
pool
mind.
is in.
Alright, well, let's, yes,
Easy.
right,
Okay, I
that's
misunderstood.
that's what happened.
Okay, so
I
where
thought
are
it
you
was
where are you
just
planning on
outside.
putting this?
Monastery Ho.
Monastery.
We're just gonna drape her over the steps. And,
On the altar.
yeah,
Throw it in the window.
like a baby.
Through the stained glass.
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
Kind of theater pose.
Yeah, and take her in and like I think we should maybe claim her as some sort of like someone who's sick, not a disease of any sort. This is someone who's sick and that because there's still warmth in the body, so someone who's greatly sick and just
You got a
needs
branch
care.
to the head or something.
We could, and we got some money, don't we? We could potentially make a donation for them to keep her for a little bit.
I guess
We
it
have
depends
any
what we
money?
find there.
Sure.
Did they say that hardly anybody goes up there?
No, we don't. Or I don't.
Vanta,
Yes.
you see a figure robed in grey robes with a white mantle on their head,
Mhm.
just slowly coming down the switchbacks from the abbey.
What kind of mantle? Do I recognize anything to do with the religion or?
It does look religious. It's like a a monasterial, almost like a wimple kind of style, you know.
Bum 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 bum. Fanta approaches.
They're still a little ways up at the moment, but you see they're carrying a lantern as these dark thunderclouds have come in, and there is a small pool of lantern lights around them as they slowly come down with the snow whipping around them as these winds and things are just tearing around, and they actually stop and they look up, and you see them raise up the lantern and move it slowly in a circle, roughly mimicking the walls of the village. And the winds die down. But you can
do that.
You can still see outside the walls, almost like a barrier, the snow's whirling and blustering around. But you hear the people of Kresk speaking up, like, what's going on? What happened? I don't know. And you can hear them off in the trees there and stuff, as we can in Sirenscape. And
Really wish I was playing another character right now who. So Hath would have loved to take that moment and be like, "Well done, Vanta, you saved everyone." But no, Thenikus wouldn't do that.
so, as the figure then continues on his way down in the relative calm of this bubble of calm weather here that's been created, they come down off the end of the switchbacks. You can see them in the picture there, leading up to the monastery, and they start walking towards you. This figure.
Okay.
Sorry,
Wow.
folks,
Wow. Oh, that's
I mean, he looks like a bad
cool.
guy.
Really, really cool.
I
I mean, everyone looks like a bad guy
I
in this
love
campaign.
Vanta
that.
will
A specter?
kind of
Or
No, it's just
over
the
the
way it's drawn.
wind. Vanta will just call up. Vanta will call up to them.
Vanta, quickly
You
before,
wouldn't.
remember, don't insult the Morning Lord.
Not yet.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not the place. We need allies.
Not the place. Ella.
Thank you.
And the abbot of the monastery
Excuse me, sir.
comes towards you slowly. You see him, he turns to the statue in the gazebo, bows his head briefly in prayer, and then
Excuse
Thenikus also
me, sir.
bows his head to be
rises
like
up.
polite.
What did you do to incur such inclement weather?
We actually did nothing. In all honesty,
We didn't know
it
that was
was
going
the
to
actions
happen.
of another that brought this on. true.
Sometimes inaction can have the greatest effect.
That would be true.
So it would seem. Certainly in this case.
Well,
I am the abbot of the monastery of Saint Markovia.
It's an honor.
we are here on a quest from the Raven Queen. It is her will that's brought us this far, which carries us still. Or at least me.
She is not one of felt in this land.
She will be. Of that I can assure you. And I actually think that is desirable to the majority here. It would be a comfort to know that your soul would go somewhere after death, wouldn't it?
I am more concerned in the temper you have wrought and riled up in the castle yonder. Look at the skies.
If you want.
See how they seethe and boil.
If you want an explanation for that, I'd advise you keep this person safe.
Like
She'll look towards Irina.
Kind of turn to kind of show that like I'm carrying someone.
We are as in the dark as you are as to why this happened, really.
We may have some ideas.
What has happened to this poor child?
He happened and kind of like looks towards the dark clouds and the winds and such. And
she went swimming.
And you want me to do what?
Intern her here.
protect her.
Keep her safe.
She's not quite dead yet. We would like her to stay that way.
I
She
must
stays alive. It will
speak with the burgomaster before I return.
No. You shouldn't.
I'm sorry.
I think what she's trying to say is that this is, if possible, we could take her to the cathedral as soon as possible, if, with your leave, to offer protection.
I shall return very quickly.
No, he will not let her stay here. But she needs protection from the Morning Lord.
You need not accompany me if you are worried about such things. Maybe you'd like to make a head start?
Like,
You cannot turn her away.
question to the DM: what is the normal
must not.
term for religious people? Like,
Clerics?
well, it's not as in like what you address them as. It's not like your majesty or anything like that. What do you? What's the term?
Your Holiness?
Father,
Yeah,
I mean, it'd be Father Abbots, right?
Father. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Father. Hey,
Cultist.
Cultist.
Quims.
Try that one.
With your leave, Father, and kind of look as if he's starting to do a bow and then realise he's got someone on his back and cannot.
Would any of you care to accompany me? Or will you
Sure,
all
Burgmaster, would
be
you please
heading?
yes, right now?
Sorry,
No, sure.
what was that again?
Oh, I'm not sure he'd be best pleased to see any of us, actually, right now. He blames us for what happened.
He will not do anything untoward whilst I am here.
Fair enough.
My concern is if he sways your opinion against our favour. You must not abandon this girl.
My
I'm
concern
not-
is that he would meddle after we've revealed that we're involved in this in any way. If this girl is attached to us, then he'll seek to throw her out even when we leave.
He's upset with us, that is fine, but this girl must be protected in order to see Strahd's downfall.
He is powerless to change anything that goes on in the monastery.
Then I think it's kind of like looks as if he's gonna head off towards there to take Arena.
Heading towards the monastery?
Yeah.
Okay.
If the others want to go with him or come with me, it's up. But I'm going to take her there as soon as I can.
Who's doing what?
I'm gonna go with Michael.
Okay.
Or
Zenicus?
Zenicus, rather.
I'll go to the monastery.
Who's Michael? I don't want to split the party.
I
like the
think that
already
going
have to
with him
say,
will actually
but-
potentially not to help sway it back in our favor. I still think someone going with him is a very good idea to help counter argue his points.
Yeah, Esmeralda. I mean, he did say he was going to go like up to the monastery immediately after.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go with him.
Okay.
Krigathar?
Krigathay.
Let's go with. So Aaron going the abbot to the.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna. The abbot.
So-
Esmer-
Yeah.
Crick and Esmeralda with the abbot. Okay, and then Asara and Vanta with Zenicus.
Cool.
Okay. Let's just stay down here for the start of this. Let me bring you over to the map of the town, the village. Excuse me, abbot.
Just at a quick glance, does this feel bigger or smaller than Valaki?
Oh, much smaller. Look at it.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
tiny.
yeah,
There's
I
only
can see
like,
the map.
there's
It's
only like
tiny,
100 or so people. Yeah.
And yet the monasteries are bigger. Interesting.
The monastery's been here much longer.
Saint Markovia.
Yes.
I'm very pointedly trying to hide the bone of the patron saint after this monastery is named in my bag.
Oh my god.
I mean, like, just saying, like,
No,
that
wear
could
that
be a
as-
holy
wear
relic.
that like a
If it's
fucking
not good for you, it
crown.
can actually potentially be a good gift.
Everyone say quick
Yes.
hi hello
Yeah.
to Thug in chat. Hey Thug.
Ugh.
Shifting Silver, thank you very much. Okay, watch out, Zenicus. We have a werewolf here, Shifting Silver. Don't wave that stuff around here too much. Okay, now, as you make your way through the trees, Krieg, Esmeralda, the abbot just serenely moves. It's funny, he barely makes a sound in the snow. He's like almost like he's not like doesn't. He's quite a well-built figure of a person, but doesn't seem to.
He's also an advanced velveter, one might say.
Second.
He's also an advanced velveter.
Yes, he velvets through the town. And
Proficiency
That's
in
my
velveting.
job.
I was like, he's a.
Aww.
craftsman? Oh, I.
now, Zenicus, because you were not here last week, it was mentioned that this abbot turned up to renovate and reopen the monastery hundreds of years ago and hasn't aged a day since.
I mean, was that his face in that image, or was that like a
Yeah.
mask he was wearing?
No, that's his face.
Oh, lovely.
Looking good for
I
a
presumed
couple
it was a
hundred.
mask. Yeah, it is looking pretty good for a couple
He
hundred.
wears
All
these
those
as well.
Korean skincare products.
That-
Yeah.
And
We elves have got it going on, but keep something looking good that long is still useful.
okay, now let me find. I want to find the art of the burgomaster and his wife because they are badass.
Nice. I mean, the last I heard of him was like, oh, the end is nigh. So he's not really got a badass reputation with us right now.
You did just call down
Quite
a dread lord on his village. In fairness.
Yeah.
Did we panic?
In fairness.
We
Yeah.
didn't. Arguably, Irina did. / Sergey.
Yeah, I could.
I understand his distress. I do not empathize, but I understand.
I believe it might have been misdirected, however.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Why I'm glad we've got
Dmitry Kreskov. Let me hopefully find this fine gentleman. Handouts.
Yeah, Markovia Thibault.
Yep.
Yep.
Potential gift if it's not useful for you. I don't know if it is.
Slash potential weapon, perhaps not the best thing to pull out if he's.
No, I
doing
don't
combat.
recommend it unless you're going to
Don't mind
give
me,
it.
the
to them.
femur of your saint.
I found it.
Look, I am the
Yeah.
chosen one. I'm coming.
Look at these people.
Chosen one.
Fantastic. Ta-da.
Ooh, I like. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, they are
Oh, I
pretty
want
cool.
to look at it.
Right? It's also.
Oh,
I like their aesthetic.
Mm-hmm. His wife's
I
just got
like
a massive, massive wooden stake.
Yeah, like yeah, big ass axe.
Yep.
Your son.
Try it.
And yes, you did, and you do see them. The Baron Kriskov is talking to Baroness Kriskova outside their modest cottage near the gates, and she's like, and they're just like talking to each other, and then she sees the abbot coming over his shoulder, and she like says something urgently, like raises her eyebrows towards him, and he turns and he's like, "Ah, abbot, to what do we owe the pleasure?" And the abbot's velvets forward. Sorry, Asara. And
Damn it!
says,
It's my word. It's me.
well, Quim's, the villagers, a lot of the villagers here have been rumoring that that the abbot could be one of Strahd's spawn, which was told to everyone last week before they just entrusted Irina's body to him. So, as
But do our characters know that?
yes.
Yep.
Spoiled again.
Yeah.
In a word.
Oh,
yes.
you guys still can't see my face, so
Nope.
I'm like
No.
sitting here being
Two little
funny.
swirly blue dots. They're hilarious blue dots.
I think I'd have to restart my computer to make my camera behave because it's connected and everything. So scrub that. I'll just be 2 little dots.
Spooky. Okay, if you want, I can
And
move.
where's the
I can
abyss?
move the spectacular. Michael, in chat, please. I can move the spectacular character art over onto your screen.
Yes, perfect.
Oh my gosh.
I will always be mildly amused.
Delayed
this
reaction.
session.
There you are. Okay,
I actually thought you were just actually
Madeline.
2 blue dots swirling around into true form.
she has ascended,
We figured it all out.
taken on a true form.
Witnessing apotheosis.
Now, the abbot moves forward. Burgomaster, Baroness Kriskova, commiserations on your loss. Might I offer my services if you are able to do something for me? I can restore your line. And you see the Burgomaster looks nervously over his shoulder to his wife. That would be most agreeable. If not for one thing. Her body has been taken. In the ground not one day, and already missing. Like those before. We told you. Oh, that is unfortunate. If she surfaces, I will make my talents available to you. If you could do one thing for me. Unfortunately, your friends here have unadvisedly called down the wrath of Strahd upon this area of the valley. Now, more than ever, my work is vital. If I am to finish my work and provide the Count with the bride that will make him happy, content, once more complete, I need one thing. I need a wedding dress. Could you possibly require? That's not what I'm. That's what I'm looking for. Obtain one. Acquire.
Acquisition?
Yeah, acquire was what I was going for. Could you possibly
Acquisitions
acquire one
Incorporated?
for me? I've heard paying with favors such as resurrection is much more reasonable than any of the costs those like Omen Dran would charge. What say you? And the burgomaster says, there is nothing in the village that would be what you require, nothing so fancy as... I do not know. But I will do my best. Please. Our line cannot die with us. Quite. I would not have it so. And Baroness Kriskova puts a hand, after stashing the wooden stake in her belt, puts a hand on her husband's shoulder. Dear, perhaps in Valaki there is something. I shall gather our men-at-arms, and I shall travel to the town and see what I can find. And the burgomaster turns, but dear, did you not see what happened in the skies? It would be most treacherous to travel at this time. And the Baroness is like, but for our daughter, is it not a worthwhile risk? Yes. I shall start to summon the guards. And the Baron walks off towards the gates. You there! You and you! Come here! Well, Baroness, I wish you a safe journey. I will be waiting, and should the remains of your daughter appear once more, I hope I am able to restore her to you and to life. Blessings upon you and your town. Just turns and...
I am
This
very happy we sent someone to go listen to that.
Me too.
Well,
Yep.
Thank you, Lucia. I'm trying. Now, meanwhile,
okay.
Vanta, Asara, Xenicus, you make your way over to the switchbacks, climbing up out
Into the thick of it.
of
Into the thick of it.
the village. And I think it's this one.
I'm feeling it right now.
I think I was the only one who saw that.
I'm sorry, yeah, I wasn't
Okay.
watching.
I'm very
No, I
unhappy
saw
face.
it.
I saw it and I made a face, and then I remembered that no one can see me. I'm mildly amused, much
Aw.
like my character art.
Yay! I'm so glad it's accurate.
So, you start to make your way up those switchbacks there. Sorry, everyone, let me get the Baron and Baroness out of the way here. As you start to climb up, the scene is much snowier than this map would let on, much like the image we were showing before.
Okay.
So let me bring that up small, just so you can have that as a reminder of what's going on here. Put that down here. So yes, we have a snowy scene here, and yes, you might start to wind up there, Xenicus. It's quite hard going with this heavy burden that you have, and you start to climb. Let me.
It's definitely a few like oh shit moments when I slide on the ice and like oh and, like have to like
You slide
grab
all the way
onto
back down to the
Vanta,
bottom by any
Lucia,
chance.
and they get like
Oh no.
Asara and Vanta to like secure me. Ooh.
I'm just leaning forward,
We
like
do.
behind him, pushing on his back.
Somebody shines during your back down the stairs.
Yep.
Mm.
Okay. It
I
is
think
quite.
Vanta will just light some incense and waft it over Irina as they go, like muttering burial rites under her breath.
Okie
No,
doke.
you know she's not
Hey.
dead yet.
So
There's a
I
chance she'll be
know,
coming
but
back
this is
to the
just a
body.
precaution. Just a precaution.
goes.
Weirdly, I have this
May
image in
you
my head of
repose into the darkness.
Fanta like cracking the insect.
Yeah.
Okay, like,
Spreading some salt around her.
I'm gonna
That's
May
put.
great for the
you not
ice.
repose until your soul is reunited with your form. May your flesh stay
Put the salt in front.
unchanged, unwaxed, and unbloated. Sorry.
Put the salt
Oh,
out
it's more
front.
of a trance.
Good.
I see.
Would be standing
Oh,
on. It'd be really
alright.
useful.
Okay,
Oh, I see,
I'm bringing
yes.
you over to this scene
It's
here.
more of an unbroken salt circle. That's what I'm going
We sort of just constantly running in front, trying to extend the circle a bit further every time.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm walking. So you're like,
How much salt do
it's
you
just
have?
become like a really long oval now.
Brilliant.
Okay, so there you are, climbing up there. I put Krieg and Esmeralda there as well, just to make it visible. You can see the walls of the abbey looming above you, up above the cliff tops. As you're climbing up the switchbacks there, you can see okay, everyone?
My
Holy
Wi-Fi loaded
moly.
roughly.
It
Sorry.
looms.
It does.
Dynamic lighting, it looks like just this big.
I gotta move myself.
Where? I don't see me anywhere.
You're down the bottom with
You're
Krieg,
down to
I
the
see.
Very bottom.
because you're back in the
I
village.
Is
not
going up
see-
represented by moving left or moving right?
Right.
Just so I'm aware.
Right.
Yeah,
Right,
I see me everywhere.
Okay.
So
Okay, I think
you're sort of
Vanta would
east
probably
of
have
us.
moved to the. Vanta might have moved to the front to sort of like lead the procession, like
Mhm.
just with a torch, but she's not necessarily married to that. So if anybody wants to go ahead to scout for whatever reason, that's also okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. I think it'll be like up. Do we have to go like left now
Yes.
and round the
Yeah.
mountain?
Sorry, I'm moving my. There we go. Sorry, it freezes every now and then, so I don't know why
It's okay.
I can't move. Hmm.
Everyone on stream's watching these teeny tiny little people climbing up the mountain.
Okay. Roll20 is being incredibly picky for me, but just yeah.
With this ice,
She'll
it's
be
a
at the
very,
feet of-
very Cuckle Brothers situation. From me to you.
I can't tell if everyone is waiting for. Like, are you guys waiting or are you moving and I'm just not getting it on my roll?
I'm
We're
waiting
moving.
for
I'm
Vanta.
trying to move. I just can't move my. I'm moving. Vanta is moving. Roll20 is just being difficult for me.
Michael, what are you
But
doing?
Vanta will just continue up.
Okay.
Wherever Michael is, I will be
Same.
because Roll20 is completely crashed.
Then I'm moving up. That's Banta in front.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is a long
Yeah,
one.
we should. Well, I'll move Vanta over when they stop moving. Okay, so yeah, you
Thank
curl
you.
around the side of the hill there, and the wall does curl around as well towards the north. And that
Command
dramatic
Vanta
music,
make a perception check.
you see the gatehouse with two square towers in front of you. What are you looking for, Vanta?
She just wants to keep an ear out to make sure there's nothing untoward happening or coming for him.
Okay.
An army
But I
of
don't think she's going to hear
enemies
anything with a 4 on
and such and all.
+7, 11. So I don't know. Whatever she hears.
You can hear the bell of the abbey does toll out every now and then.
Interesting. There's someone there
Like this.
to ring the bell.
I mean,
There is.
abbeys have someone in there. It's not just the abbot.
I somehow got the impression he would be alone up there.
That's
But I suppose
maybe-
that was just me.
Yes, but not anymore.
No.
I will start heading towards the gatehouse.
Vanta will continue on until she sees, the entry to this building.
Okay.
This is scary, y'all.
Yeah.
Finally loaded. I can see me now.
Sorry,
Finally.
let me bring you where they are as they make their way into the gatehouse there. Stop those Anikas, please.
Okay. That looks important.
Now, Vanta, where are you? There. Oop. Okay.
Vanta,
So-
you're so fast. Wow.
Shoo!
Wow. Bzoom.
Okay, now,
I cast teleport.
you... yes, Thamio, indeed.
It's
You
finally loaded.
climb up here and you arrive. The road from the village climbs above the mist to a wide ledge on which the abbey is perched. A light dusting of snow covers the trees and the rocky earth, a little thicker now after the storm came blowing through. The gravel road passes between two small stone outbuildings, to either side of which stretches a 5-foot-high, 3-foot-thick wall of jumbled stones held together with mortar. Blocking the road, so let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
Blocking the road are iron gates, attached to the outbuildings by rusty hinges. They appear to be unlocked. Viewed through the gates, the stone abbey stands quiet. Its two wings are joined by a 15-foot-high curtain wall. A belfry protrudes from the rooftop of the closer north wing, which also sports a chimney billowing grey smoke.
There really are people in there. Vanta seems almost like mesmerized by the thought.
Hello?
Shall we wait? Shall we wait for Esmeralda before we enter?
I
She said
have
she
a
wouldn't be
feeling-
long.
I don't think we should get into the cathedrals proper as quickly as possible.
I have a feeling the
Alright,
abbot
then.
already sent word that we were coming.
Somehow, yes, he did seem more knowledgeable and more powerful than we expected. Calming the storms like that. So, is it that
Why is it, do you think, that he
Whoa.
has not aged?
Oh, sorry.
Vanta's just going to turn to them before we enter and just say, why is it, do you think, that he has not aged? I'm not trying to cast aspersions upon a member of a different faith from me, but there is something about him that I just cannot seem to trust.
Yeah.
Immortality or the slowing of life does not sit well.
Maybe it is a gift of his patron.
Could possibly. To keep the faith alive here.
Literally.
It's worth
Seems like a,
looking out.
Hmm.
Like, especially with
don't know, it
such
just seems like
creatures here
fairly
as vampires and such.
pointless
it's probably
pointless faith if it disappears if no one's around to force it on you. What does that mean?
No, I was more thinking, isn't that how faith works? But yeah, I suppose.
I suppose. Haven't really thought about it. The Raven Queen's domain is different. Of course it exists.
Oh, I don't
common
deny that they
sense.
exist. I'm just more of the worshippers here to keep that faith alive. Keep people here knowledgeable of it. I'm sure if he could, Strahd would happily get rid of all of these other faiths so that they would be less likely to test him.
Seek out his ruin.
Exactly.
Huh.
It's
Vanta
not
seems curious.
get away from us here.
We won't
I'm
trust
gonna-
blind.
So,
Nor will I.
how are you proceeding?
As I'm motioning to the front, I'm not gonna snatch Arena from Xenakis's hands, but I'm like, are we going?
Show my back. Yeah. Yeah.
From
that's fine.
Xenakis's back.
Yeah. Like, one of you, can you get the gate?
Phantom will open up the gate.
Okay. They are unlocked, but they scream on tortured hinges as they slowly open. Like,
Was expecting a literal scream, but yes. I'm glad it's a metaphor.
To either side, on the left and right, those gatehouse turrets there, you hear a strange snuffling, bleating, growling sound, and two bizarre figures emerge. And they come stepping out and confront you holding shovels as you are confronted by these two people.
I'm not ready.
This one.
Oh.
And this one.
Wait.
Oh,
Hang on a second.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're in full Metal Alchemist territory, guys.
The first one,
Dun dun dun.
about 5 foot tall, squats instead of standing upright. He looks like a beardless dwarf, but with patches of donkey flesh covering his face and body. He has one human ear and one wolf's ear, and a protruding wolf's snout and fangs. His arms and hands are human, but his legs and feet are leonine, and he has a donkey's tail. He is the one who is laughing and kind of almost braying like a donkey. The other, similar height, the left side of their body and face is covered with lizard scales, and the right with tufts of grey wolf fur. Between the tufts are pale human skin, and one of her eyes is that of a feline, and her fingers and hands resemble cat's paws, but with opposable thumbs. She speaks in a gruff voice from within the grey cloak that's pulled up around her with its black fur trim. Who are you? You can't be here. Private place. Private place. The abbot is away. No visitors. No.
We met him before we climbed up here.
And the other one kind of leaps forward. Is like, I charged the secret. Yes, I know what to do. And the one he called Siegfried, the one with the cloak, is just like, no. Wait for the abbot. Wait here.
Can we get a bench or something? That's a long walk.
Xenakis,
You have-
sit on the ground.
Delivery for the abbot's work.
No way.
And the other one brandishing that shovel is like, we now dig this one up. No, we don't have to dig this one up. Okay.
Tell me about the abbot's work. I need to know.
The one with the cloak looks at you. No.
Yes,
Ask
please.
him yourself.
Okay. I'm gonna move.
Xenakis is more shocked by the fact that Vanta said please.
I'm gonna move Vanta to the side and be like, now, my friends, and at Xenakis's shocked face, please. My friend said please, and she doesn't usually say that. Now you have to deal with me, and I'm not gonna say please. And I'd like to roll an intimidation.
Please.
Do it.
Good adventure, bad adventure.
16.
A 16. Okay. Siegfried, in the cloak, there kind of cowers back. He's like, no, more who hate us, more who judge us.
I don't care a lick what kind of person you are.
She turns and flees.
No.
Her black cloak billowing behind her across the grounds there, and the other one's like, no, you're not to judge Otto. I am perfect. I am. And he tries to straighten up, but then he's like winces in pain and doubles down again. I am the best, fastest, strongest, beautiful.
John, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Is this gate open or closed?
Oh, you walk through
For
it.
the one we want to get inside.
Yeah.
No, as in like to get actually into the abbey. They're kind of blocking our way and running us in at the moment, right?
I mean, they're between you, but I mean, the grounds are pretty big.
Okay.
You're not
So,
completely. She's run away.
Vanta is going to walk them.
It's going to walk what way?
With Arena's body, walk past them as if they're not there, and see how far she gets. And then attempt to just carry on.
Okay.
Well,
hang on.
Otto's the
She
only one
wants to
here now,
see
and
inside this place.
What was that, Azara?
I was just gonna say, Otto's the only one here now, right?
I mean, she's not far away. She didn't move
Okay.
Too far. She just started moving away. The other one in the cloak, scuttling off towards the main building.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
This will be fine. This is where our punishment comes in for splitting the party.
I'm not sure we want to make any enemies here, though. We need the help of the abbot to protect Arena.
The abbot sent us ahead.
Yeah.
Would he really send us ahead
Seneca.
expecting us to wait in the cold?
True.
Xenacus, I am concerned with the abbot's motives,
I am into
only because of what Otto said. We don't have to dig this one up.
Indeed.
I
You
will
mentioned
not
it.
trust
No.
anyone who is hammering with mortality. Not in a way I can't understand it or I can't control it. Not in the way previously ordained by the Raven Queen.
Well, let's see if we can glean the abbot's living quarters.
I don't.
Yes.
We should be breaking and entering if there's. And it looks down, like looks where Otto and Siegfried, like left.
Yeah.
People around.
I just
What
don't
are
know
you
what kind
worried
of
about?
abbot would expect us to wait in the cold with our sick friend.
Let's hope that we can maybe even, if there's an entryway, we can set it in out of the cold and the wind.
So you're gonna walk past two?
I am.
Towards the entrance.
Vanta's taken
Vanta was already.
Arena and gone. Xenacus. So
Oh, she didn't took Arena off me? Sorry, I missed that.
I'm sorry. I thought you sat down.
No, I said,
As
like,
in,
I
like,
asked them for a
putting her
place
down
to
and
sit
take-
down. I didn't actually put her down.
Ah, okay.
You sat down
Oh,
on
okay,
Arena.
then
Oh, well,
then
then we're
Vanta
not
will
through the
leave her
gate.
with you, 100%.
Yeah.
No, Vanta will have just gone ahead without
Yeah.
Arena in that
Yeah,
case.
I'd go to catch up then.
Wait, Xenacus, are you coming? You are?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
I am.
Okay, then we're good.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not going to leave tired Xenacus with our dead
Yeah, no.
friend.
But,
Onward!
I'm sure he'll let us at least go into some sort of like entryway of the temple, not maybe within like deep in, but there must be some sort of waiting area as you get in. Sit
Okay.
at the pew at the back.
Vanta will-
So yeah, you make your way up the path there towards what looks like a main set of doors. Where you are there, Asara, yes. And
I knock.
As you head up there, the 15-foot high curtain wall joins the abbey's two wings here, and behind its battlements, two guards stand at attention, their features obscured by the fog that's wisping around the building here. Below them, set into the wall, is a pair of 10-foot-tall wooden doors, reinforced with bands of steel. To the right of the doors, mounted on the wall, is a tarnished copper plaque.
What does it read?
It bears the abbey's name, the Abbey of St. Markovia, and beneath that, may her light cure all illness.
Can Vanta do a religion check on what she knows about St. Markovia?
Seems very local to Barovia. Like her tomb was underneath Castle Ravenloft. Esmeralda found that.
Oh, okay, all right. Then can Vanta open her box and speak to the bishop?
No.
If he was part of the court of.
I don't think they were all connected. They're not all from one court, are they? Right? I mean, the king and
They
queen
are,
who they are, but.
Well, the original idea was that they were all from the same court because they were all in where Vanta. They were part of the original, group that broke away with Vanta.
Okay.
Bathroom real quick.
Gotcha. So yeah, you open the box.
Okay.
Or
at least with Vanta's people. Vanta probably wouldn't have met them, but
yep.
with Vanta's people.
Mm-hmm.
So Vanta will open the box. Excuse me.
Oh yes, what is it, child? Oh, it's a bit chilly up here.
Hello. Oh, I apologize. We are in a cold place. That's all you need to know, I promise. Anyway,
how is your soul, child?
It's at saved, I think.
Have you considered converting to the true religion yet?
I'm sorry?
Has Tom's light found you yet? Or are you still prattling on about the Raven Queen?
Vanta closes the box very slowly and starts crying.
Vanta, are you okay?
No. And she shrivels up like a plant that's been sprayed with weed killer and just curls up onto the ground.
Quims, I'm afraid that would be impossible. That was the disembodied spirit of a dead priest that is inside a talisman, a reliquary that Vanta is carrying. So, sorry, I mean, she could punch the reliquary, but...
Sarah, what do you think that was? Vanta, are you okay? What happened? Something wrong?
Heresy!
Oh, okay. the word heresy, I'm like, that's all it is.
50 minutes should be fine.
Indeed. So, are you...
You did that.
Asara, is Steph back, correct? So she's back on it.
Not quite yet.
Okay. When she said, called out hello, the guards didn't respond. They're just standing sentry, just barely visible through the mist up on top of the walls. What you doing? Let's go.
Dante's
Chat
out
on
of
the door?
Sorry.
Sorry, Xenicus?
Well, he's going to ask Asara to chap the door, because he can if he's holding the body.
To knock?
Chat the door.
Chap.
Knock?
How you doing?
Like
Chap.
anyone else ever says?
I've never heard chat.
Never heard that.
That's a Scottish thing.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, not,
I've never heard you use that.
never even heard it
Trapdoor.
in North England, just over the border.
What do you guys call
How do you
trapdoor run
spell
then?
that?
Hmm?
We don't call it anything.
We don't.
Ding dong
Trapdoor run.
dash.
Ding dong
Ding
ditch.
dong dash? that
I've
seems so
got-
pompous.
What do you
Ding-
call it?
ding
My
dong
mum is
dash.
Scottish. Okay, my mum is Scottish. I have an excuse.
Ask her if
In a-
chap. The
In
door.
America, it's ding dong ditch.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Was
I've
that
heard
because she's fall down a ditch on the way out?
Yes, you have.
Yeah, cool.
Actually, you can only do this edition next door.
Okay.
Trapdoor run.
Chapter.
Soon.
I'm opening the door.
What's it called in Canada?
None of you fuckers are, so I am opening the damn door.
I asked the Sarah to trap the door.
I know.
If she doesn't understand Sylvan, that's her problem.
I don't chap anything,
No.
but I definitely knock.
Asara, the doors are heavy but unlocked, and you are able to push them open, and you see a misty courtyard beyond.
Ooh. I walk in.
Please.
I walk into the wall.
Now, the thick fog that fills this courtyard swirls as if eager to escape. The courtyard is surrounded by a 15-foot-high curtain wall on which stand several guards with their backs to you now as you step inside. Or so it seemed at first. From inside here, it's very clear that the guards are just scarecrows.
Oh.
Wooden doors to the north and the east lead to the abbey's two main wings. In the center of the courtyard is a stone well fitted with an iron winch to which a rope and buckets are attached. Along the perimeter, tucked under the overhanging wall, are several stone sheds with padlocked wooden doors, as well as 3 shallow alcoves that contain wooden troughs. Two wooden posts pounded into the rocky earth have iron rings bolted to them, and chained to one of them is a short humanoid with bat wings and spider's mandibles. The quiet is shattered by horrible screams coming from the sheds.
Closes the door.
With me inside.
It's like, yeah, bye.
Okay.
let's
I
see if
think
I can-
Vanta is reawakened by the sight of this.
So I'm just trying to find
If
if we've
there's
got a Sirenscape thing for this.
If
I'm
there is
starting
anything more,
with your suspicions.
if there is anything more repulsive to me than heresy, it is the meddling of mortals into life, death, and whatever the hell this is.
Yes, this is wrong.
I'm gonna very, very gently approach and try to make myself look as helpful and not posing a danger as possible, and approach this spider humanoid.
Okay. Quims, thanks for continuing that sub. I don't know why that didn't come up as an alert. That should do. Thank you so much. Pleasure to have you here. And Patience, welcome.
Me! Thank you.
Good to see you, mate. Okay. So yeah, that creature is there. That is where you could, yes, sorry, that one over there. The other two are just standing. Nope, not going in there.
Oh, so. yes,
So
Vanta's going in.
Yeah,
trying
okay,
to look
okay.
as
I don't want to go.
harmless as possible, I'm gonna kneel down to make myself like does this look like, in my mind it's like a small spider humanoid, like possibly a child, but I don't think you actually said that.
She's 5 foot tall.
I'm going to
Okay.
place
Although-
Arena down in a sitting position next to the door before
Okay.
I come in.
So yeah, she's this 5 foot tall figure, with wiry, spindly build. She has 3 red spider eyes on the right side of his face. Sorry, excuse me, and the left side appears human. He has a frog's foot in place of his left hand, and a taloned crow's foot where his right should be.
I'm gonna take his left hand in my
Nope.
hands,
Nope,
his
nope, nope.
frog foot rather
Nope.
in my hands. I'm gonna be like, "Sir, what's happening here?"
Okay, so yeah, you reach out towards him. So I'm just getting the stat block up.
Show us his spider human face, John.
I don't think there's art for all of them
Why not?
because they didn't make.
Give me a
See?
Our onboard artist, our in-house artist.
spider human frog.
The frog is
So-
only his left hand.
Okay.
Okay, does a 14 hit, Sarah?
I'm over there kneeling down there. "Oh, sir, what happened to you?" He just punches me in the face. No, it does not.
Okay, the creature lashes out with the clawed raven hand and goes to bite you as well.
All right,
cleaned up.
I'm gonna
Leave. Let's leave. This is not the place for us. We'll find another cathedral down the road. I'm sure.
leave to where?
Does the bell toll? Tolls for
Any-
thee.
Vanta,
Let's leave.
are there
I don't like
torches
those
on the
howling.
walls?
You guys can hear the howling, yes?
It's still
Leave.
It's still
Yeah.
daytime. This the sound that calamity is coming from like all the different pens all around.
Yeah.
That calamity.
Vanta kind of wants to burn it down.
All right. So
I
I'm
wish
gonna.
I had some kind of fire magic. I would burn this place down.
Jeez.
But alas.
Alas.
I
Just-
feel
just
like
the one.
it's. I'm gonna walk up to Xenakis and
Nope.
Ranta
nope,
and
nope,
be like,
nope,
so I don't think we can leave Arena here.
nope.
Mm-mm.
Where are we
Nope.
gonna go?
Vanta,
Yes.
would you like to make an athletics or an acrobatics check?
Seconds is
Give me
backing away.
3 seconds. I would like to make an athletics check, please.
Go for it.
I'm about to be grappled, aren't I? Oh, it's a 5.
A 5, spectacular. Okay.
No.
Thank you.
So Xenakis, as you're kind of like standing over by the doors there, umming and ahhing, and like you hear like this creature just like pull against its chains and go for Asara, but missing as Asara nimbly dodges out of the way. And as you're doing that, you see. Oh, sorry, I read the wrong ones to you, Asara. Excuse me. I don't think it would have changed what you did, but crap. Which one?
I don't know, man. If it was like a maggot hybrid, I probably would have just noped out of there.
Oh, that was the one with the bat wings and the spider mandibles. They didn't have the spider eyes. Sorry, the one I read before, the spindly one with the spider eyes and the frog foot. Oh, this is perfect. This one has the raven's foot talon where they should be.
All the best
that-
to kill you with.
Yes, because that raven foot lunges up, and Xenakis, you just see Vanta get grabbed and pulled over the edge into the well, and she disappears.
No!
Oh, wow.
He just rushes for the well.
Luckily, if you can fly, I guess.
Can fly.
Oh, true. Okay, we're good.
Rushing towards the well because he forgot that she can fly. I just saw someone getting dragged down into a well.
Mhm.
Did
So-
the creature come out of the well, or did it kind of
Yes.
rush over, grab her, and into the well?
It was hiding in the
Remember.
It was hiding in the well.
I see.
So is it still in the well?
I rush over and have a look down.
Yes. So Vanta, I need some initiative from you.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh! Okay, it's 10 plus 1, 11. Oh,
11.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me grab for
Let me
our
just put
good
myself
friend
in the well.
Mishka here.
Mishka.
Ooh, 14.
Like
Excellent.
babushka. Good.
Okay, so as you are grabbed and pulled over the edge into the well, you feel yourself falling, just plummeting down, and you swoosh into freezing cold water at the bottom. You quickly paddle up to the surface and come out gasping for breath, and you look up to the ring of light above you, but it is blotted out by a spindly, clambering form as it spider climbs down the wall towards you and attacks.
Why? Why would you do that?
Oh,
Why?
Sirenscape, not me, mate.
I am not mildly amused as my
Set up
character.
Okay, why?
So, Vanta. Oh, natural 20. Excellent. Okay.
I have 12 HP. I don't know why I didn't realize that.
What?
What?
Why have you got 12?
We haven't.
Good news, though. Good news.
Because we got hit
Yeah, the
by
lightning.
some Strahd
Massive
shit
lightning.
by the lake.
Yeah, actually, Zenicus, you should too, actually. Sorry, I forgot
really?
about that. Yeah, you were right there as
Okay.
well. Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Cool.
Natural
You know how well our
one.
sessions have been going recently? I don't even have dice out. And I haven't needed them until 12:15.
The good news, Vanta, is with that natural 20, you take 4 piercing damage. as
Stunning.
it just comes scuttling down the wall and just bites into you. And then its claw lashes out. The raven claw, ironically.
Dex save would
16?
be...
It doesn't hit. Doesn't hit. Doesn't hit. Ooh,
16?
I'm not linking today.
Yeah, Michael?
17.
Mine was, it was
Wait.
25. Dex is
25,
my
okay.
forte.
So yeah, can you remove?
Sorry, actually, I wouldn't be wielding my shield in this instance, so it would be a 50.
Oh, okay. Cheers, Grims. The second hit, thanks to my advantage, is 8 slashing damage. So a total
I'm
of
down.
12. No, it's only a total of 12, right?
I had 12 HP left.
That's all she had left, yeah.
It is. Okay. So yes, that happens there, and that is Vanta goes unconscious into the water, and then
I bet the let my do anything.
yeah, 2 seconds. As that happens there, and okay, that happened there. Then yeah. So sorry, Zenicus. From that lightning last time, you take 27 lightning damage.
My
Ouch.
favorite number.
Okay. So I think we need some turn order, don't we? Here.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I should have...
Get this.
We're gonna haven't caught up yet,
That's
so we're
great.
still like walking up and chatting about small talk with the abbot.
Uh huh.
Where are we at right now?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's the still climbing up the mountain outside.
Okay, just checking.
Beautiful
Lovely day for a
days
walk.
for resurrection.
Uh-huh.
Gosh, this glacier is
Blackmail.
nice and here outside of the boiling skies.
Beautiful day for resurrection and blackmail, isn't it?
Tell me about your
Oh.
aesthetic taste in wedding dresses.
Just gotta say, how much would Vanta hate it if she had Abbott resurrected her? Oh, that
my
would be juicy.
God.
Hey Vanta, what's your initiative? What was it before? 12, did you say?
It was 11.
11, thank you.
Yeah.
And Asara, Zenicus, can you drop yours in there?
13.
Asara?
She
9.
might be
Thank you.
here yet. Oh, 9. Hello.
All right. So, Zenicus, it's your turn.
Okay, so the creature is kind of like, as you say, it's like spider climb. Is it like kind of in this well in terms of like, if I was to jump down, I would hit it kind of situation?
You
all
could,
the
and
way
it's
down?
not very wide. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to pull out. I hate that. That's horrifying.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to pull out the lost sword
Yeah.
and the knight from Craig, and I am going to jump down and try like stab it on the way down
Okay.
of this well.
By the way, Vanta, you fell 80 feet before you hit the water.
Oh god, is it that deep? Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not more at the bottom.
Oh.
I'm using
Did
the other
I-
body as cushion. I don't know if Vanta's dead, so ah!
Okay. So yeah, roll to hit.
So, do I get anything cool for using the terrain?
I mean, you have inspiration if you want it.
Damn it, I'm using the terrain.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you advantage on that because you're plummeting from on high.
Ah. Oh, actually, that one's good. That's 24.
That hits.
And I think those are horrible. That is 9 piercing damage.
Okay. So yeah, you injure the creature that hisses and spins around upon you. So you come shooting.
Well, I mean,
down.
do we kind of knock each other down on the way down?
Yeah, and you just you fall down into the water. And you can see Vanta's like unconscious body.
Lovely. So I know what I'm going to do next turn.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But
speaking of,
I'm done.
Lady Vanta, death saving throw, please.
Death save. 19.
Nice. 1 success.
Yay.
All
Ain't
right.
No one getting me to the Raven Queen today.
And Asarabel.
Okay, so where exactly are these scarecrows?
Up above the gate.
Above the gate. Okay.
Up on the walls.
All right. Well,
Sirenscape, everyone.
80 feet down.
Yes.
Yes. You can't see them. Yeah, your dark vision doesn't go that far. I believe.
I think it might actually go 120 feet.
Okay, in which case you can see them just struggling down there in grayscale. But they are down there. Yep.
In grayscale.
Struggles in grayscale.
Very fashionably.
Yeah. I'm trying to see how much rope I have. The scarecrows are too far away for me to do anything with them. 50 feet. Okay. So I'm gonna tie off. Is there anything immediately in the vicinity of the well to tie off a rope to?
Say against me?
Is there anything in the vicinity of the well to tie a rope off to?
I mean, it comes with its own rope. It has a winch on top in the bucket.
All right, I'm gonna make sure I have my rope in hand, and I'm just gonna jump on the rope that's on the winch and start to like shimmy my way down stealthily, since everyone's engaged. Otherwise, if the monster's in the well and is dealing with Xenicus and is in a fury, then maybe I can sneak by.
Using the rope that's on the winch?
Yes, and I bring my 50 feet of rope I have in my hand. That way, if the rope on the winch is too short.
Okay. So. Let's do this from roll 20.
It's going to snap. It's going to land on us.
8d6.
No, what?
Right? What's the max? It maxes out at how many d6?
What does?
Falling damage.
It doesn't.
No, there is a max. There
It
is a
would be
max.
86. 'Cause
It is 8, isn't it? Yeah, yeah.
Is it?
I'm gonna be generous, so I'll say because it's gonna hit
just
people
remember-
before
I
they get
just
the full
very
80 feet. So I'm gonna say
Vividly
7.
remember Keylith's.
Yeah, right.
Oh no.
Okay, so Asara, you grab hold of the rope hanging from this winch and jump over the side, limbly vaulting over the edge of the stone well. The rope, designed to just let the bucket fall down into the water, just starts unreeling very, very quickly. It's not. It's not designed.
Oh yeah.
And you just start plummeting down the well, and you go crashing into the back of Xenicus, and
the creature?
No, because you blocked it, because it's below you. So, you take Xenicus, you take 15 bludgeoning damage, and Asara, you take 16.
Yay.
Sorry, y'all. I should have examined it first. I immediately assumed that it was down.
No, the bucket's there. It was there on the edge of the well.
I see.
Well, this is going well for us. We've dealt more damage to ourselves.
Thank you, Alicia.
Accurate.
One day I shall max it out. It maxes out 20 d6 apparently.
Well, am I at the bottom of the well now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's your movement. Very fast movement, yeah.
Okay, I mean, there's nothing else to do. That kind of ends my turn, right?
I mean,
Was
you
that
could-
an
you could-
action to go down?
You can attack with disadvantage.
Yeah, I will do that.
Everyone will be, including the creature, because you're all crammed in this tiny little well. It's not big.
Neat.
Swords.
Go for it. What's the
Okay,
attack
hold
there?
on. The first one's 27.
With disadvantage?
It's a dagger. Yeah, first roll is 27.
Okay,
Natural
second.
one.
Oh.
Oh,
So
Pass.
it's a 9 to hit.
Does not, I'm afraid. Okay, just the jumble of limbs and everything just in the bottom of this well here. So you can't get your swing in properly. And it is the creature's turn. It is going to just screech this bestial cry. And by the way, there's a demon spider called Mishka, isn't there? Isn't that one of
Yes.
right? There's
Potentially,
Mishka the
yes.
demon spider.
It was in
Yeah.
the chat.
This mongrel folk here with these spider features is called Mishka. that was definitely on purpose. Okay, the bite is going for Asara. The claw is going also for Asara, both with disadvantage though. The bite does no, it's only a 5, and the claw, 21.
That hit.
Okay, four slashing damage as this raven claw rakes across you.
I'm down.
Okay, you go pass out and just drop it into the water. Okay.
Xenicus, how many HP do you freaking have?
Not enough.
And then we all 2PK in the bottom of this well.
Never to be found again.
What was it Lara said? Don't make the mistakes we did in
It's
here.
gonna eat us. It's just gonna eat us.
Yeah,
We're
and they're never
be
gonna find the
spliced
bodies.
Animal thing.
They're just gonna
This
see
is-
Arena sitting outside of the abbey and no trace
And
of
we
us.
disappeared.
Okay,
We
Xenicus, your turn.
disappeared. It's gonna be like the Dilatov Park
Xenicus,
mystery.
like almost passing out, puts his hand out, which doesn't have to reach very far because of the tightness of this, and casts wounds on Fanta.
Okay,
Okay.
roll the healing.
Yep, so that's a D8. There's the D8. Yeah. Ooh, that's 7 health.
Okay, Vanta, you get 7 health and come back to consciousness in this frigid water, surrounded by blades and limbs and mandibles.
Mandibles.
And that's be done.
This is
Actually, wait a
amazing.
minute. Oh, it's 80 feet up, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's me done.
Okay, Lady Vanta, your turn.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Can't save us now because he doesn't exist in D&D land. Right. So. Right. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to do cast an aura of vitality. Healing energy radiates from me in an aura of 30 feet until the spell ends. I can use a bonus action to cause one creature in the order to regain 2d6 HP. It's a big spell, it's last 3rd level, but I think we need healing. And I'm going to use my bonus action then to give 2d6 of healing to Asara. It's 6 and a 4, 10. You get 10 HP.
Okay.
Sorry, you get 10 HP back.
Okay.
And right,
I-
how do we feel about movement, John?
we
What's
can
the
move.
deal with movement right now?
I mean,
We can't move.
you can climb at half speed.
I will climb at half speed. Though
Okay.
I don't want to.
We're getting
I
knocked
don't want to risk
and falling in.
damage.
I mean, the rope is
Right,
there
I'm
that
just gonna
Sarah
hang out.
dived down with. The bucket. I think most of that bludgeoning damage was from the bucket. Xenicus just smashed into you. Okay, you're gonna
The
start
bucket
climbing.
hit me.
I'm
this
just
is like
gonna
pull
wait.
my head up and Sarah hit me.
Vanta can fly, so she will start flying next time. It's good for now.
How does that work?
That's
Is
it.
it wings? Was it just hovering?
It's like spectral shadow wings.
Okay. I'm just
But like not
wings,
actual wings. It's,
Very-
so if you're asking that for flavour, it's not wings.
I know. I was just thinking.
Flavour, it's like spectral shadows.
No, I was just yeah, because I was
no.
thinking the mechanics of actually being able to use that in the in the well.
No. So it's just a flying speed. So as a bonus action, when you're in dim light or darkness, you can magically give yourself a flying speed.
Nice.
I'm assuming down at the bottom of the well, this is dim light.
Yes, but it won't last all the way up, so be careful.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
Okay. So, are you going to start flying up? Waiting.
I can't do that yet.
Okay, I see. Asara.
I'm done. I said I'm done.
Okay, Asara.
I'll wake him and be like, you know what, guys? I think we should wait outside.
By the way, the variety of voices, the variety of voices you can hear. This like just all of the creatures that are wherever they are around this courtyard are all just bellowing and screaming. Like the doors are like rattling as they're bouncing against them.
Yeah, you know what? You're right, Xenacus.
Can I say I told you so? Ow! I got kicked from Asara.
I'm going to see Vanta ready to go, and Xenacus, I'm gonna start climbing up the rope.
You start climbing.
Yeah, but I'm only gonna go 10 feet. I'm waiting for like other people to join me.
Okay. The creature will try and attack you as you do.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Misses though.
Neat. That's what we want.
So you clamber up 10 feet. Okay. And then it is the creature's turn. It is going for Xenacus with its bite and Vanta with its claw. The Raven Claw. Hey.
Yay.
So, Xenacus. 22.
That hits.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good one. Why can't we be left alone? 2 piercing.
Ouch.
And the Raven Claw.
Yay.
Only a 13.
That does not hit me.
Okay, so it's still just like thrashing around, like.
I hissed at it.
And Xenacus, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to mention that other people probably want to heal themselves first. Before me. Still doing better than you guys. And now, because Asara started climbing, and so does that mean I've got a space that it's not disadvantage yet? Or is it still disadvantage?
No, I mean, just the tight confines of this place is disadvantage anyway, even without everyone in it. Just two people is too many. Because it's only it's only 5 foot wide.
Disadvantage?
Yeah, I did. It was 23, but there was the same number twice. Sorry, 21, 22.
Well, I'm gonna use my inspiration to kind of make it a flat roll.
Okay.
But before I do that, I am going to take 1 damage. Thank God. As I pull that blade across my arm,
Yep.
and the blood kind of energizes the blade with lightning.
Okay.
So. That is 16 plus 9.
Hits.
Okay. So that is 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
And 5 lightning damage.
Okay. To check there's no resistances or anything. Don't think there are. No. Okay.
If he does, how dare he?
Last legs there.
It's on its last legs?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, that's very bad. Just that. And
I am done.
not quite. Okay, Xenacus and Vanta, you take 2 lightning damage as it just goes through the water.
Ah!
Well, shit.
Just starts crackling across the surface. And Banta, if I may be so bold, does that comical cartoon things like...
Yeah, right there with you.
Excellent, thank you.
She's having a great day.
And it's your turn, Lady Banta, I believe, if Xenacus is done.
Yeah. Did it take 2 extra damage as well?
No, it was hit. And then spread out from there. Didn't come back.
Come on!
So Vanta is going to use a bonus action
Yes.
to heal herself. She's got 5 HP. I hope you guys don't mind.
Go for it.
That's keeping you alive is more important.
6. Nope, not damage. Healing.
6 points of
Okay.
damage.
She now has 11
Healing
HP.
damage.
Healing damage, yeah. Best kind.
Yeah.
Okay. Done.
All right. She is going to then use her action, because that's her bonus action.
Mhm.
With her action, she is going to. Oh bloody hell! It's a bonus action. Rage. Ah. Okay, never mind. Then instead she's going to whack
Barbara.
this thing with her action. She's going to pull out the Mace of Terror. Disadvantage.
Yes.
Go for it.
Certainly that massive, massive thing.
9.
9 misses, I'm afraid. Just like, smashes into the stonework of the well on the side. Okay, Asara.
Good.
Okay. It was
Climb,
worth
Drow. Climb.
I'm going to climb up. Let's see. I'm going to climb up 20 feet, and then I'm going to take my short bow and turn around and aim it at the creature.
Shoot carefully.
Yeah,
Don't get a
very,
nat
very
one.
carefully.
Not get a nat one.
I just want to contribute, guys.
Don't get a nat one, please.
Come on.
19.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that hits. And
Sweet.
before you go ahead rolling any dice, tell me what happens.
Yes. Oh, thank God.
Yes. Thank God.
And 1 HP left.
As Xenacus and this creature are just like kind of pushing each other into the walls, I'm going to like get up, grab hold with my legs, turn with my awesome acrobatics because that's pretty high. I'm
Mhm.
gonna turn around and shoot downwards, and I would like to think that just as it looks up, like in a movie scene, it goes right through its head, right as it looks up the well. It hears the whistling. It's a very simple death for a very complicated creature.
Nice. Yes. So yeah, just Xenacus, Vanta, you're just in this tangle of limbs and weapons and magical energies, like just going, this light show going off in the bottom of this well here. Sorry, look pretty cool. And then just suddenly the hideous creature just goes limp and just sinks into the water. And you look up with that music.
Fun.
Asara is silhouetted against the sky above.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's go wait by the door.
That was not the line, Asara.
As she climbs out.
Curse you! That music, it was like da da da. Let's go right by the door.
That's what makes it so much better.
That's what Xenacus feels is a very epic thing. Let's just get out of here. That's all I wanted.
It's
So, yes.
like imagine the same vibe as like the I love you, I know line. Like you look up and it's just like a camera zoom up to my face, like Indiana Jones, and then I'm like, let's go wait by the door.
Let's go wait behind the door. Yeah, I like that a lot. But Vanta does look genuinely repulsed when she like pushes past this thing, and she will, before she leaves, just like before she completely is out of the water, will just reach out to it, and if she has the strength to, pull the raven claw from it.
It's part of it. You're gonna cut it off.
I'll cut it off if I see what she's doing.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll try.
Okay. With that monstrous act, we come up out of the well and over to the gatehouse.
No. The reason she's doing it It's not like, how dare you, grr, grr, grr. It's like, you deserve to die as human as possible.
Well, no,
in
they're
an attempt to
also-
sort of like restore it to a little bit of its humanity. So
Okay.
Without a
it's
limit.
bringing it with her, and she's going to bury that upstairs.
So, you clamber up, sopping wet, and Xenicus, you saw a graveyard on your way in, I think.
I did. I wanted to go there, but everyone kept pushing towards the abbey. That's why I asked, can we sit out here for a bit first?
To be more specific.
Yes.
Are you gonna go back that direction?
If possible, yes. But I've still got my weapon in my hand. I am so tense right now.
Meanwhile, we quickly, cut outside on the way coming up, winding up the switchbacks. The abbot is like,
Thing across.
so, where have you travelled from? Have you been through the mists long?
Not especially. It's only been
Then-
a few weeks, really.
He looks up. Oh dear, the Belleviews are most restless today.
The Belleviews.
Oh,
Are they
yes.
other monks in your monastery?
No, not quite. They are the poor, afflicted folk who I take care of.
Afflicted.
Afflicted.
Do you heal plague victims here? Do people come to you for healing?
They came to me, the whole family, many years ago, and I attempted to save them, and there were side effects. But they seemed most pleased, and they wanted more. They wanted more of my magics, and I looked into their little puppy dog eyes, quite literally in some cases, and I couldn't say no. Let us
You
make
have the most
haste.
kind and generous heart, sir.
And we go back into the abbey, and
Oh my
we see
God.
we just look the well like in the ring, just there, and then just like Vanta coming looking like the thing,
Rabbit dog eyes.
looking like what's her face, like Sadako out of the ring just comes.
Yes.
Perfect. Vanta's just gonna hold the raven claw in her hand, and she's just going to pass that as last rites, and like
Mhm.
as best as she can, just like pull up a
you
little
could-
bit of loose earth, and
Well, I mean, you could take it to the graveyard too. I think Xenicus is heading that
that's
direction.
also fine. We're going there. We're going there anyway.
And
I think.
Ericus is going to ask one of the others to get Arena, and he's going to head
Mhm.
towards that graveyard.
Okay,
'cause
yep,
He
yep.
wants out here as quickly as possible, and he's got to do that before he
Move,
can leave.
yeah, move yourselves out around there.
Oh, yeah.
So go out the gates and to the left there.
I cannot. I'm clicking on me, but I cannot move me.
Okay, I shall move
So
you
I
over.
will
Oh,
go
I got it.
looking.
It was a lag.
As you come around the corner there, you still see the two mongrel folk there, just like unsure what to do and just like snarling and like braying to
He's
themselves.
Still got his weapon out, just try it. Just try it. Also, question for Vanta: did we still get healing from that afterwards? Because that spell still lasts.
I will
doesn't it?
continue using it. I will. Yeah, it lasts. Hang on. It lasts a minute, I think. So I'll use it to its
Use it
exhaustion.
twice. You
So
got
that's
8 more turns. So 8 more.
8
rolls.
more turns.
Yeah, so just roll those 8 rolls and then you can divvy them out how you like later on.
Yeah, I'll divvy them out. Yeah.
Okay. So,
Bring out the amulet as well.
Vanta, can we? You can still hear them all
I'm-
bellowing and rolling there. I was say, can we sort that out after? Can you? How do you want to do with this
Yeah,
raven
I'm
claw?
gonna just do it myself. I'm. Yeah. Oh.
Like after the session, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I'm just gonna bury it in the earth, like I said.
Okay. So do you say anything over it as you?
Oh
do
yeah,
that?
no, I'm just doing the rolls now, just because I can, and I'm done with what I want to do.
Okay. So yeah, Vanta
They
kneels
were
down
all 7s.
by the trees. Yeah, by the trees there somewhere. Okay.
Yep, just
And-
burying it.
The hooded mongrel folk that was at the gate, is peering at you through the branches as they were hiding there behind, and what did you do? What did you do? And they kind of shy away again. Xenicus.
staring it down, like as if like stay away.
Well, that was Tavanta as she came over by the
Just
trees.
like as he walked past, kind of thing, like he's just staring at both of them, just don't even try it.
Yeah, you see
Is it a foul?
you see those stunted pine trees growing out of the rocky earth in the graveyard there, near the foundation of the abbey's north wing. The windows of the structure are cracked panes of leaded glass. Ancient gravestones burst from a thin crust of snow in the yard. Beyond the low wall that surrounds the graveyard, the ground falls away, and the village lies 400 feet below. The view is breathtaking, and you can see, because this outer wall here is very low. It's just a few feet high. Over to the left as we're looking at it. It's got a dynamic lighting barrier on it, so you can't really see past it. But you can look over and you can actually see the abbot and Craig and Esmeralda making their way up. Leisurely place.
He's gonna try and find.
Everything's fine. And yes.
He's gonna look for a grave with roses.
You cannot see it where you're standing there. Do you carry on round?
Yeah, you can say he's walking down by them, like looking for the one with roses.
Yeah. Craig, Esmeralda, you can bring yourselves up to the gatehouse if you want.
I want to.
It's over here.
Sorry.
Xenicus.
Okay, he's there. He's walking.
Mhm.
As he
Yeah,
thought
so
he was
Sorry,
gonna
where's
do.
the gatehouse?
You see it curves
I
round.
don't actually know where I'm going.
Roll for damage, our good friends, AJ and friends, the dreaded pirate as well. Josh the pirate, the best pirate that I have met on the Seven Seas. Welcome on in. I hope you had a fantastic session. We are getting close here, but we are up in the Abbey of St. Markovia, and we also almost had a very, very dangerous battle as everyone was pulled and plummeted into a well, and they were fighting against a mongrel folk in the bottom of a well.
50%.
Oh god.
The other 40% were discussing fashion.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, as you do. All right.
As you
did.
So, Xenicus, you make your way over, and you do find that grave round the sorry, the map's turned round the western side of the abbey.
I'm still outside and
Yes, you guys are still walking up.
Alright, where
Oh,
should I be headed to? I'm not sure exactly where I should be
Just
going.
round the left side there.
Towards,
Okay.
Curl
yeah.
right. If you curl around the left, it'll get you to the gatehouse.
Okay, like up here?
So,
Hi.
Xenicus, you make your way to that one grave. It is slightly aside from the others, and there, in pride of place, next to that western window, next to the monastery window there, and you. Hang on, let me just. Doop-a-doo.
I like to think that I see the Otto's token as we to the
Sorry, mate, you broke up a lot there. What?
weird. Seeing Otto like as he walks in to the Craig would definitely hi.
Just like say hello to him.
Yeah, definitely startled them.
Okay. He's just like.
Oh my god.
More. Abbot. Abbot. Do not fear. I did the right thing. I did the best thing. Otto is best. Otto is beautiful. And you see this bizarre creature that I was describing before. And Xenicus,
Yes.
you find this gravestone carved with roses and bearing a 3-inch diameter sun-shaped indentation on its east side. Engraved beneath the indentation is the name Petrovna, which is the name on the crypt in the castle that you found.
I will. If my pen doesn't stop running out of ink, I will touch the amulet to that grave.
Okay.
as it told me to.
Oh, thank you, Sirenscape. The bell just rings out as you do that. As you slowly lift the amulet up towards the indentation, kneeling in the snow and ice in front of the gravestone, as it goes into the indentation, both the holy symbol and the indentation vanish, as it seems to almost meld into the gravestone's surface. And as you do that, for the first time since you arrived here in Barovia, a ray of golden sunlight breaks through the clouds to the west and shines directly on the gravestone. The fog and gloom swirling about the monastery shrink from its brilliance as the sunlight causes the gravestone to crack and crumble. As the stone tumbles away, you see a glint of something. And as you look where the interior has been exposed, you see a ring. So maybe Dazzling Bunny, maybe it is Smeagol.
Oh god.
Xenacus is precious. So Xenacus, you see a ring there in the stone.
I take the ring.
Okay. You take the ring from inside the gravestone and kneel there looking at it. And as you do, that sunlight starts to dim once more as the mists and the clouds of Barovia angrily take their place back in the sky, blocking out its brilliance and warmth. And as the sun fades, and you look up from the ring towards the clouds, you kind of sag a little, finding yourself back in the dreary lights of Barovia once more. But as you look around, the gravestone is whole again, without an indentation.
The names, like, did any of the text change on it?
No.
No. Then he'll just kind of clutch the ring and say what he said back in Burlesque, and it was, the dawn will come.
The dawn, one day, will surely come. And we shall leave Barovia one more time for this week. A huge, huge thank you to my players, as always. An absolute pleasure. Creek has jazz hands.
And the Vasara.
Is that the arms of Hadar? Oh, Sunshine. Sunshine, sorry, we're just finishing, but thank you so much for the raid. It's a pleasure to see you, as always. And, of course, Roll for Damage, thank you so much. I hope both of you had fantastic sessions, as we did. Raid, indeed. We see your raid, and we can add our own little burbs. Phoenix raid. So we're not raiding, but being raided. Thank you so much, Ace and Lynn. An absolute pleasure to have you here. Dear folks, thank you for coming on by. We are finished for today, but if you would like to see more of what we have going on here, it is a good place to be. And do give us a follow so you can see what's coming up, as tomorrow we will be down in the Nine Hells with our descent into Avernus. Getting very, very close to the end of things now. It's getting very, very high stakes, very high tension stuff going on. It is so, so good. I cannot wait to see what happens. All the plans that were hatched, everything. That is tomorrow night. Then, Friday night in North America, Saturday morning here, or lunchtime over in New Zealand, we will be doing a very special thing. if anything's going to give us a follow, this is one thing to give it for, as these fine people will be joining us for an epic one-shot on Saturday morning, Friday evening. Rob and Ben from Viva La Dirt League, AJ from Winter's Tales, and Roll for Damage coming on raiding in here. The dreaded GM Josh, Dead Aussie Gamer Michael, and Tales of Pesh Josh. A fantastic, fantastic gathering of Australian and New Zealand Kiwi wonderful people in the space. In the middle of the night in Europe, I'm afraid, Thamio, yes. But the VOD will be available immediately. So do check it out if you get the chance. I can guarantee it's going to be amazing. I do not know what is going to happen because it is one-shot roulette. Everything is randomly generated. I cannot tell you what's going to happen, but it will be a heck of a story. Look at these people. It's going to be an amazing thing. All of their characters are amazing. They are amazing, and it's going to be a good old time. Do catch us if you can. Now, after that, next Tuesday we'll be back in Icewind Dale, and then next Thursday, before we're here in Barovia once more, or Wednesday evening in North America, we'll be down in the Underdark. As you guys were worried about splitting the party, they were split across the Underdark 3 ways today. Hopefully we'll get them back together. Corbin, Buns' character Corbin, came very close to vanishing forever.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Bold.
And Sam immediately said, "Oh, if that had been me, I would have done that." So, luckily, it worked out how it did. But an absolute pleasure to have you all here with us. Thank you so much. Those who are here from the start, those who came on raiding later on, an absolute joy to see you all. And we will see you all next time. Do jump on in every chance you get and stick around as we shall also go a raiding. Let us send this raid in a different direction and spread the love. But thank you all so much. And until next time, wherever you see us or we see you, as we like to say around these parts, Oyasumi na sai.
That's me.
It's me.
Yes, me.